Before I start this video, I just want to say if you are not interested in a creative sim with some talking about my life, then I would highly suggest you to just skip through the video. I'm completely okay with that. Or to just mute the video, play your own music, to browse through it, do whatever you feel like doing. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nenna, and for those who are new, hi, thank you guys so much for stopping by, and thank you all so much for subscribing and for having a bit of patience with me lately, because you may have subscribed a while back and then realized I haven't really uploaded much this month. We're already like 10 days in. It's almost August. We think about it like that. It's almost Christmas. Why is my chair making so much noise? I really hope it doesn't pick up. I haven't talked to you guys in such a long time. It feels like forever, but the video that I uploaded was actually recorded a few weeks earlier. So yeah, for me, it's been like almost a month since I've really sat down and talked to you guys. Now in this video, I don't want to make it super long and just say a bunch of nonsense and, you know, keep you just hanging on the edge of your seat. I mean, I would love it if I could make such good stories that you guys are literally like begging me to continue, begging me to talk more. Please, Nenna, talk more. We can't live without your words of wisdom and nonsense. So in this video, I am doing an old school cast, and I was kind of doubting because I haven't really had the one to play, and I'll get into that later. In the past, I have made videos where I do kind of talk about myself, and I do kind of talk about things that are going on, but I've kind of realized that making an entire video about that and having nothing in the video happen is just me talking. I'm not a huge fan of that, so I try to kind of combine some actual footage with, nonsense. So I something I wanted to do was, since I had to restart this whole world, didn't really know many sims, I thought I would just create a bunch of sims. So to quickly touch upon the video I made when I was really into my One Piece, and it took me like a long time to really catch up, and I finally caught up with the entire series. If you don't know, One Piece has like almost, I think, 930-ish episodes so far, and I've caught up almost until 900, but I had to stop because I realized that the story was still like continuing and I hadn't actually finished. They haven't finished the anime, so I felt like if I just spent like the last year catching up 900 episodes, and then for me to just stop and be like, fuck, there's no episodes left, now I have to wait, I couldn't do that. So I forced myself to like keep some episodes for if I really need it. And yeah, I just decided that I need Zoro and Nami in my game, so I made them too. Then I put Spencer. I have a love for Criminal Minds, and Spencer's like my favorite character. He's like so hot, so had to put him in my game. I mean, I have to say, this sim doesn't exactly do him justice. I feel like the person did a really great job. He's not as hot as the lookalike, but I think I can get away with it. So maybe I don't want to put Spencer in my game because I might just actually like kill him after having his baby. So in that, like, from that perspective, maybe it's good that he doesn't exactly look like Spencer. I kind of feel bad. Then I made some random, I just finished the One Piece arc with Mama, Big Mama. And she has a lot of children and a lot of sweet names. So I think I called one of the kids Praline. One of the Sims Praline. I think I was just really inspired by that or my love for eating lately, because all I do is eat sub. And then at the end of the cast, I made a sim really random. I called her Michael. I think I called her 𝐤𝐸𝐿. I'm not really sure if that's what I called her. I think I did. I miss talking so much. But that is my plan. You guys are gonna see the Sims throughout. You guys are gonna see the Sims throughout my gameplay. So what I have in mind is just kind of having my Sims get to know these people and just you see whatever the fuck's going on, who she likes, and yeah, what is I really have no like plan for the baby challenge. I kind of just let it come to me, let it come to me. And I think that's like the most important thing, because at this point, planning things out in games is just not gonna happen. After accidentally deleting, my game, I kind of realized I might as well not plan, because I apparently am really good at destroying my own plans. So how about we don't do that? But if you guys want to go ahead, maybe I'll just do something. Maybe you guys want to make some sims for me. Like, if you want to do that, that's fine. You could totally do that. I would love to put some of your sims in the game. I do want to do some other things with the sims too, but I'm gonna get into that later. I just don't really feel like doing it. So yeah, that's kind of where that is going. And baby challenge is coming soon. I promise. Pinky swear. What do you call it? Like, cross my heart and hope to die. That kind of thing. It's coming back. So don't you guys worry. I appreciate you guys waiting and being patient. I mean, not that you have much choice, but I really appreciate every single one of you, and it just makes me so happy to think that you guys are still waiting patiently on me, and I'm just sitting here like not doing anything. Okay, so that was the part where I talk about the game, and now I want to talk a bit about my absence, because if you don't want to know it, you obviously don't need to listen to it. But for those who do want to keep up with it, I feel like it's only fair if I kind of explain myself. And writing a whole ass story is just, man, nobody's waiting for that. Not that anyone is waiting for me to talk, but I feel like talking is just more natural. You can just play it in the background. Reading, you really have to use your eyes, and sometimes you just don't want to do that. I don't want to make it too depressing, but I think we can all relate that in Corona times, many of us actually felt productive, and maybe a lot of us were resting or just taking a break and working on themselves and seeing it as like a new opportunity to, when everything's over, just get back to life. Everyone does it differently. And once again, I don't want to state that it was a good thing. I think, like I said, everyone deals with it in their own kind of way, and I think that for most people that had consequences, this was a shit time. But I can't speak for those people, so I won't really touch further upon that. But for me personally, like, nothing changed. The only thing that changed was that my therapy stopped. Now, I wouldn't say that my therapy and my YouTube really has anything to do with each other. I have been really honest about this, and I'm in therapy, so that's nothing new. If you're new here, hi, my name is Nenna, and I'm in therapy, and I been diagnosed with something else. Well, it wasn't like a diagnosis. It was more so that they told me, well, you don't actually have what we think you have. So I've actually been into therapy for like something that I thought I had, while in fact it turned out that I don't actually have what they think it was. I was in the anxiety depression section. They actually said that it was something like more from my youth. So having to kind of switch my mentality from, well, it's not actually this, you don't really have a disorder, you just have shit that you need to deal with, was one of the reasons that I guess I just stopped wanting to do things. And I know that sounds weird, and kind of coming back to the whole corona, the corona business. At the beginning, I was really like, whoa, I'm gonna upload, I'm gonna do a lot of sims. Not like anything changed, but I wanted to do that for those who couldn't and needed some entertainment. And gradually I noticed that, when this change in therapy came about, I just found it really hard to continue, I guess, lying to myself. And I was never lying to YouTube, and I would never upload if I didn't feel like it. But I was lying to myself that I actually wanted to do it every day, and I think I asked too much of myself. And I think we all have times where we sit and we want to do things, but then you pick a problem, and then instead of picking a problem, putting it into its own category, you grab the problem and put it on this pile, and then you get another problem and you put that on the pile, and instead of like dealing with them individually and just having a pile of this and a pile of that, and they don't mingle with each other, they have nothing to do with each other, you can't relate to each other, you wouldn't bring one up at another time if it's not about the same thing. I guess normally you would do that, but instead I kind of just like accumulated all these things and put them on one big pile, and honestly it just resulted in me just wanting to take a step back and just do nothing. And in this time I watched a lot of One Piece, hence this cast, which I have to say, by the way, that Zoro looks I don't know, that Zoro just looks so fucking realistic to me. Like, how the fuck did I do this? I don't even know. I mean, obviously opinions differ, but I like to say it kind of looks like it. But yeah, I've been doing that, and I've been trying to figure out what I really want now. And I do want to do YouTube. It's not like I don't, but then part of me is like, well, why would I put in the effort if I don't see anything? It's really hard to explain, but I want to have hope. I want to see the best in things. I want to be happy. And when I get to this point where I just need to take a step back and do nothing, because my mind kind of said, well, you know what, there's not really a point in doing anything, because honestly I just don't feel like doing anything. When you get to the point like that, you're not gonna accomplish anything. So maybe I'm too open, but I don't really feel like I should be ashamed of going to therapy and having problems like this. And not everyone has kind of like a life that's quite ordinary. I wouldn't say my life is super special, but I think that many people grow up to be healthy adults, and not everyone grows up with some issues from the past, from like their childhood and their early like tween years that they never dealt with. And I just like to say that if you are young and you're watching this, you're like, oh my gosh, you're describing me, then don't wait until you're an adult to deal with those things. Please get yourself some help before you're an adult. And if you're an adult now, get some help. Please do it for yourself. I honestly, sometimes we just get so stuck in our own heads that you just don't even know what to do with yourself, and you're just constantly in your own, like I said, in your own head. And when you're in your own head, you're just sitting and thinking and feeling, you end up just making things worse for yourself, and you can't really seem to get to an answer. You can't really seem to fix your problem. And when you get to a point where you start thinking like this and it just consumes you, you just really don't know what to do anymore, and it's not healthy for you. And I've noticed that this kind of attitude is really depressing, and I like this channel to be full of positivity. And if I can't even spread that message, I cannot possibly expect my channel to be like that. So it's like one of the things I struggle with at the moment. Not to say that I'm doing super shit. I mean, I just feel kind of shit, but I think we all have those days. I can't really explain it better than this. Like I said, I hope it's not too depressing, but I think in life you just have to be honest, and you just have to be honest. And if you can't be honest with your own feelings, you're not really gonna get anywhere, honestly. However, that all being said, I am uploading these videos, and it means that I am doing a bit better. And eventually we're just going to get back into the swing of things. I think what I just need to do is, just kind of reset myself, clean everything up, clean the PC, clean the room. Cleaning always helps. Put on something nice, buy yourself some new shoes, put your hair in a different, well, you can't really put your hair in a different style. I was going to say something weird, but that's not possible. We just need to do something for ourselves and take a step back, breathe in, and then be like, Okay, these are my issues. What am I gonna do? We're gonna sulk? Okay, let's sulk. And then when you're done sulking, you pick yourself up, you put on your big girl panties, and you tell yourself, okay, you know what? Fuck you, fuck this, fuck everything. Literally, fuck. And then you just get yourself out of bed in the morning, get dressed, eat your breakfast, and you start getting shit together. Even if you feel like the world sucks, you still sit here and say, well, fuck you, world. I'm going to do this right now. If you want to stay up all night, but everyone is telling you not to, well, just sit here and say, fuck all of you. I do what I want. Wow, this turned into kind of like a this sounds really like I'm a rebellious face or something. Oh my god, I can't even talk. Yeah, but you know what I mean? And I think I'm at this point, I've had my sulking, I have my doing, and now I just have to sit here and literally say, I feel sad, well, fuck it. I don't want to do anything, well, fuck it. I will do whatever the fuck I want. Just because my brain says we don't want to do it doesn't mean I'm not gonna do it. Now for some more child-friendly topics. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, for always being here. Every time I talk and tell my boyfriend is like, you don't pronounce the R like that. I'm like, oh, what do you mean? And he's like, you pronounce your R's like ugh. I'm like, well, what do you mean? Apparently, when I speak, and we speak English, but like when I speak in Dutch, we use a lot, right? So when I speak in English, sometimes you use the sound as well. So when I speak in Italian and there's a word that sounds kind of Dutch, it sounds like a sound, and he's constantly like, no, how dare you disgrace my language, woman? I mean, thank you guys so much for watching my channel, for supporting me, and I love you all so much, so much, and excuse me, I have the hiccups now. That serves me right, doesn't it? I want to thank you guys so incredibly much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.